Worst thing that happened to you in jail?
Oh, God, the worst thing that happened to me in jail, and I'll tell you, I was in jail for 10 months. I got transferred to the Dade County Jail because I had an old warrant there before I was getting released into a 6-month Department of Corrections run treatment center. And I was in jail for 10 months, and my mom along the way had come to every halfway house, every treatment center, every jail. And when I got transferred to the Dade County Jail, please, people, I don't know, do whatever you do, if you're in Miami, be very careful. Do not get arrested in Dade County. The jail is archaic. The rats fight the roaches. It's nasty. You know, there's the crank wheel. I mean, it's like old school nasty jail. Dirty. Like dirty. Okay? And at that point, I was dead stone sober. You know, after I had been in jail so many times that it was just like in and out and like, who cares? And I remember, and I had a little bit of recovery in me because I was in a 6-month jail program. And I was there sitting there looking at the dirt and the rats and the roaches. And I said to myself, how did you get here, you know? And then, boom, I got a call for a visitation. And I went up, and it was my mom. And in this particular jail, it was so nasty and dirty. There was plexiglass, and on the plexiglass was scratched. Can I cuss?
Yeah.
Okay. It said, fuck you. And I'm looking at my mother, a school teacher, and she's looking at me, and I'm looking at it going, and it says, fuck you. As I'm looking at my poor mother who's been with me this journey, you know, and I will never forget that moment of seeing that. And like when I walked out of there, I was in tears. I was like, I'll never let this happen to my mother again. So that was the worst time.
Was that when you left drugs? When you got?
Yeah, and then I got transferred out and went to a Department of Corrections run treatment center, and then a halfway house, and you know, life has
been great.
12-step program.
Look at you.
Now I bring
how many years have you been sober?
10.
Wow.
And can I tell you one? Do we have time for a minute?
I had a question.
Oh yeah, go ahead with your question.
Do you drink alcohol? Because people say that it's a gateway. Right, that's what I wanted to know.
Yeah, because you got to be sober.
Completely.
That's sober.
Yeah, completely.
So I applied. Do I have a minute?
Yeah, go ahead. Come on, cool. Garren. Garren James is in the house.
This is crazy. So I've been applying to bring a meeting into the Broward County Jail, the jail that pretty much saved my life. They gave me these treatment centers. I've been applying to get into these jails for 10 years, and I keep getting denied because of my record. You got too many felonies. And I'm like, but you don't understand. So I apply every year. So this last year, I sent a video of like my mug shots and like where I'm at today and my kids, and I said, I have to come into this jail. And I got approved. Yeah. And then I went into and I raised my hand to get to this meeting because you have to go through a process. And I got this meeting. I picked Sunday night. They led me down the hallway, and we're walking down the hallway, and I'm like, wow, this is weird. And I go down the same hallway, and I go to the same door, and they bring me into the same. I didn't know. They brought me into the same cell that I was in. That many years before, into the same cell. So now I bring a meeting into the same jail cell that I was in to 150 inmates, and I bring it strong. And I let them know, life can change. Life is, and like I'm all up about this because there's so many things in the press about people dying, from this, and that there is no solution, and there is a solution, and we can recover, and everybody knows somebody's affected by addiction. Right, and this is National Recovery Month. This September is, so we need to get the word out that people's lives can change. So anyway.
Man,
damn it.
I love you.
You are much more than a pretty face.
Yes, Garren James.